Hello everyone, welcome to Run. Table, my phone. But hello everyone, welcome to the rare afternoon stream. So today what we're gonna do first is make the new fence type, or try to. This won't account for obstacles and stuff yet, so we're gonna have to do what we can. So let me. Yeah, so last time I think we made improvements for the speed of how it worked. I think we also might want to do some try to break pathfinding down the future, as that's currently the biggest bottleneck, since really be multi-threaded because it's still using one process, so let's just set something up quickly so we can kind of see the speed increase. This is pretty prominent on my bad laptop. Wonder how it would look on a better device. Also need to kind of fix that up as well. That's that. That's company 2. For a while. To make a flat wall. Okay. I'm gonna have to get around to that because that would take a lot of time. Press it. Yeah, so the first part that takes a pretty long time is this initial pathfinding stuff. I think there's a pretty easy way to kind of divide the pathfinding steps by like 3 or so, but How this assault is calculated is a bit funny, right? They kind of scurry back and forth because sometimes they have overlapping positions. But the speed is a little bit faster, so I think overall it's a pretty good success for that particular part. Also, another thing I should implement pretty early is for the weapon usage, so that we can change it up a bit. So that you can kind of change what your desired usage is per distance. Because right now it doesn't really make too much sense to have it at a set distance. One thing, you wouldn't like fire 50 rounds per turn if your opponent's really far away. You see that these guys are pretty much mostly out of ammunition. Just die. Boom. Okay. So let's get to doing the which part first? Probably the cool defense stuff first. So I'm trying to make something with the reserve. Yeah, sometimes the straight line defense trademarked don't work especially well. What you would like to do. We have the individual tiles one. So we should have 3 different types. Global info. Over here, we have a whole company. So that's the one that we want to work on. They have this defensive line analysis. So we want to copy this function, make it a bit different. This is based on the amount of subordinates that you want to use. I think we can change this particular part to make it a bit easier to use. One section. Although I think we're still gonna have to copy it to make it a bit more specific. I don't know, I'm not using my mouse, but that was fine. This is going to be same thing, except it's going to be assigned to specific unit. So after all of this, wait, why do we need the elevation? Okay, yeah, that's just the feed forward fun. Okay, that's interesting. Yes. Forward. I guess I'm gonna call it, or we do forward analysis. Which name makes more sense? So we have these, and then we have index generic. Default unit index. It's going to be an array. Okay. This unit can't do. Oh, that makes sense. So for the unit index, what we're going to do here is we're going to put unit index like this. Then coordinates dot size. That's for the last one. So we're just going to replace that with index. Just anything else we need. And the reason why we want to do this is so that when we feed in specific things, because it's going to be sorted by infantry and then whatever, because you don't want certain units on the front. So now we are going to another function, probably going to be on top. This is still going to be the point that we want. I guess we're going to take the same parameters first. This is what we're going to need to pass into the file function, because we have to take care of children. First, we are going to sort units by type. So we're gonna have to briefly look at what units we have. It's actually easier to look through the game to see what we're using. They have a lot of rules: infantry, cavalry, armor, signal, engineer. What? Okay. Two seconds. Hello? I'm just gonna use this in a bit of a bootleg fashion and then cross things out. Red, so infantry, cavalry can be at the front. We just have to dismiss. I think armor is a bit. Signal is based on a priority to priority basis. Engineer might not be at the front. toe is usually not at the very front, but let's leave that for now. Applies its own role. Definitely not headquarters, so kind of less than the smallest is. So of course the list is probably going to expand a bit more. We're gonna be putting frontline units at the front. Frontline. So we're going to be sorting through the list. Easiest way to do that. The commander's obviously gonna beat the back, so we don't have to worry about that, but my favorite for loop. We want to kind of match designations. Hopefully this doesn't go horribly. These are all individual platoons. So you can still take the platoon name. Do we have a load company? Load platoon. We don't. Interesting. Does unit have a designation built in? We might have to change how this whole thing works. Cool. Guess they don't. Okay, so the only rule we have is the firearm rule, so to change that. Start with the rule. I want them to keep their rule, hopefully. Oh, we actually have a rule array. Might not be bad. I think okay, so I might have thought about this beforehand, so we might not need this actually. Just cautiously remove it for now. Past me may have thought about this, so That's a good thing. Ah, okay. So I was mildly smart. That's good. Oh wait, no, that's here though. That's not in the actual company unit. Is it? Okay, yeah. So that's not in there. Ah. We could directly load the roll array into this roll array. That makes sense. Plan, objective. So this makes sense, and then here. So we have this. Yeah, so of course we can't resolve it because it's not technically functional, but that should work. And then here. We just do match roll array and then I. Makes sense, I think. The ones that we want, okay. I believe they're capitalized as well. So it's 3. No, it's not artillery. What am I thinking? Yeah. Cross that one out as well. Okay. You want to add this to a general. Or for the front line. Work. What else? So we have our total front line. And then we also want to add it to our frontline index. So our frontline index. So we don't actually need this, I think. It's just to use this extra counter. There's this little frontline index guy here. We can initialize it kind of all at once. Although this is easier for my brain, so. There's a pro and a con. There's going to be also a reserve index that we the frontline index append, and then what we want to do is we want modulo of the frontline. So you always want a bit more frontline and slightly less reserve. So I'm going to try to figure out a formula. So like, let's say you have 6 units. You want 4 frontline, 2 rear, or 2 reserve rather. The rear line is a lot further back. Laptop out of the way. Okay. There we go. Where is my pen? Behind mine. Hey, monitor. Very riveting stuff that we have here. So we have 6 units. This results in 4 front, then 2 reserve. So the result is that if we have 3 units in total, we want 2 front and then 1 reserve. So you can't just make it a simple divisible by 2. There's a problem with making it a simple divisible by 2 is that if it's divisible by 2, then all units can go to the front. We find a good number. So 6, we want 2 as a result. And if we have 3, we want 1 as a result. So I guess if it's divisible by 3, we're going to kind of select a unit to put at the rear line, or the reserve line. If frontline index dot size is it only works for certain cases, just not especially what I want, but problem with this now is I could count for every 3 units. It selects 2 and then puts one at the rear line. Selects 2, puts up one at the rear line. That might be slower though. Instead, what I should be thinking is for every frontline index, that's that way. For distribution. And it's going to be integer divided by float. So we should be integer divided by float, then var distribution rather. So hopefully that should be an integer form. Once we have this particular value, we can maybe truncate arrays, array manipulation. Good though. We don't have to do this very often, so always have to look at the document. Really helpful. You can take the last X amount. We do like the colon? I mean normal U? Does that not work? I am range. Distribution. It's definitely a smarter way to do this part. My brain is from. So I'm going to do reserve index dot end frontline index dot do frontline index to -1. And then with this distribution, we should be able to have 2 separate lines. So that would be ideal for us. at -1. And okay, so that should work. So for the final step, we want to do two separate distributions. And then we want to do something based on the direction. So over here, you're going to be making... So first of all, just to make sure everything works, we're just going to do a basic forward analysis. Ishan Buddha. What's up? Same things here. It's great to hear. Yeah, I'm doing great too. Thanks for asking. And then we are going to be taking the index. That's going to be the first step. Next, we're going to do Command Shift on reserve line based on direction. It's kind of step 2. Of course, the commander is going to be on the bear line, but it's not really a question of B, so that's a pretty simple step. So let's make sure that this works. But first of all, we're also gonna have to implement particular HUD step, which is this one. Calculate defense. Where I'm from Canada. How about you? Type. So this right here. Oh, New York City. Pretty cool. Personally would not love living in a city, but everyone has a different preference. Oh, need a web dev? What have you been taking so far? Like boot camps or just switching from back end to front end? Team info. What you would have to focus on first. I'm not sure what aspect of web dev you're doing. You're gonna have to be a little more specific. Defense type array. I think that's what I want. So defense type array. Great. So that's going to be part of that process. Very simple. And then we want here map. There is going to be on the physics crossover. Yeah. There's UI set location. This is pretty straightforward. Just going to have to copy that, or you can iterate through a list, which would be a bit more interesting than going through a bunch of simple lines. Hey. Okay. I actually didn't need to do this step, but we might as well do it. We're gonna have to do it anyways, so... So if I see that correctly, it'd just be... So that should work. We didn't need to do that. So that's good just in case. So... Next up is the actual spawning section. So here, we have calculate the fence, then here we have the correct portion that we want to focus on, which is over here. Okay, so that's just a direct calculate the fence. Make fence. So calculate the fence down here. We want to see kind of what we have. 1 reference length. So we can do this exact thing. We're going to type. So we're just going to add a small match statement here. There's no complicated conditions that we have to worry about. So we're just going to do 0 and then 1. Okay, so that kind of makes sense here. This is just the line. And next up, we have what's our new method called? I think it's called defensive line analysis. And we have it over here, so that's pretty nice. Oh, it actually stretched itself. Pretty cool. I just want the companies to face right for some reason. It's actually a pretty good spot to face left. Let's try that for once. Yeah, I need to that as well. Okay. Here. Then 2. Something breaks. Okay. Invalid index 012 on base.get .array. That makes sense. This would be fixed if we did for I in units index. But we're not going with that particular approach. We're just going to nest it in there. For any other unit that needs that. Okay. Break. So if it fails, we just try again. Okay. One problem I noticed is that it's going through all three things. It's supposed to be a reserved line, so not sure what's up with that. Package. Just for moving some stuff around. Oh, that's interesting. Cloves of garlic. Right. Looking the problem. Index dots. There shouldn't be a massive issue here. Distribution. This distribution is 1. That part should... I don't see a reason why it shouldn't work. Yeah, so it clearly goes through that part. I'm a bit confused. What do we have? So the remove out's not working. Oh, so they're B-index stuff. I see. can only call this resize step once to make it faster. So this makes sense. Yeah, so I have to be very careful with the remove at. Okay. This anymore? That should work. Totally. Pretty good feeling being able to squish that. Okay, so it does work. This needs a bit of convincing. For this one in reserve, so you just kind of want the broad direction. What's the gap between reserves? Like 100 meters? I think it can only cover like not that much. Uh, 20. You want like 10. We want to base it on direction. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. What is directions? From north, it goes to northwest. So that makes sense. It'd all be relatively the same. Makes sense that there's directions, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Do linear line maths again. We take the orthogonal to the line. Do vector length. think 2 points is the simplest, I think. Sector. Okay. We're gonna do points. 1. Distance 2. 2. The scalar, hopefully. Leave that further. Why take a parallel line? Just orthogonal. I've done this before. Get en passant and Desbos. That's hilarious. I got the north. Get perpendicular line. Yeah, this part's not going to be super interesting. Have to get ready. Well, so yeah, hope to make things work later. Alright, see you guys next time.